Wake up, sleepyhead. Bedtime's over. What happened? Do you know where you are? Who you are? Do you remember anything? Please. What next? You can ask me about my name and role on this mission? Of course I remember. I mean, up to a point. Oh, shit. Oh, my chest. Careful. You took a heavy blow there. Yeah, I remember the technician. But why? Did he attack me? Yes. Apparently, some of us were unable to come to terms with your decisions. Looks like they'd been planning this for some time. Repairing the tour vehicle while you weren't watching. Filling it up with stolen supplies. And then, when the time came, the technician just knocked you down. And they took off into the desert. Shit. It's all my fault. I saw it coming, but I didn't do anything to stop it. Was he trying to kill me? I mean, what exactly happened? I think he just wanted to send a message. Knock you unconscious, maybe. But that blow caught you off balance. You fell and punctured your helmet. You were suffocating. Luckily, we had some Madrigal in the med bay. Well, at least I thought that would work. But after the injection, you just turned blue and started shaking all over. Of course I did. I'm allergic to Adrical. Yes, well, I know that now. I'll probably need to get tested too when I'm back on Earth. Wait. How did you find out? From someone who knows you best. I called Lena. You talked to Lena? Yes. Fortunately, all of this happened before we got lost and communications died. Did you at least pretend to be me? Oh, come on, Jan. You and I couldn't be more different. She'd never fall for it. Shit. Yes. Well, I hope you also heard the important part of my story. It happened before we got lost. We're lost? The navigation system's down. The storm is everywhere. We've been circling blindly for days. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but frankly, the base is close to breaking down. The storm's been putting it under a lot of pressure, and supplies are at a critical level. It's been quite intense. Is there no good news at all? I mean, we're closer to the finish line, right? We just need to figure out how to get out of the storm. Sure, easy as that. Just so you know, we have been trying. With all the time we've lost, I'd say we're one mistake away from failing the mission and getting stuck here for good. We need to stop drifting aimlessly, pick a direction, and this time, it needs to be a flawless choice. Flawless. I'm glad you see the problem. Okay, so what do we do? I was hoping things would change when you woke up, but I suppose it's gonna take more than that. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm not superhuman, you know. How am I supposed to suddenly know what to do? Well, superhuman or not, you're still gonna have to bite the bullet. Bullet? What bullet? What are you talking about? I didn't want to stress you immediately after you woke up, but there is something you should hear. Some messages in the comms room from before we lost contact with Earth. Okay, what's in them? What are you not telling me? Just listen for yourself.
I just had the most disturbing conversation of my life with someone who introduced himself as your alter. ALTERS, Jan. What the fuck? It was so scary. And you didn't think to warn me. I mean, why would you? What is going on with you? Do you have any idea what you've done? And that tabula rasa thing? You're farming people to extract brain cells now. That person, your copy, he was so cool about it. Maxwell's solution, huh? If only you had the patience to wait just a little longer. If only you wanted to listen to what I found out. This whole Project Ela, Maxwell experimenting on damaged people, messing with their minds. Man, that guy is seriously sick. Do you label your alters with numbers too? Like he did with his patients, like for example, patient 313? Did he tell you what happened to him? Well, maybe you should ask. Or maybe you already know and you just don't care. I guess not much can surprise me at this point. You've crossed a line, just like him. To think I got the whole medical department on their feet for you. What was I thinking? I should turn you in, both of you. But I can't. I can't do this, Jan. You're lying there, unconscious, and I don't know what's become of you, or who you are anymore. And I don't think I want to find out. I wish I'd never called you in the first place. I don't want any part in your freak show. You'll just have to deal with it on your own.
Jan, Maxwell here. Lucas told me there's a communication breakdown again. Whatever is going on there, if you can hear me, please try to get in touch with us. I beg you to make the last push. Humanity needs you. I need you to succeed. I just hope my idea worked with tabula rasa and that all your alters are healthy and alive. It's just very, very important, Jan, that you bring all your alters back, that you keep them safe. More important than you think.
Find me when you're done with those calls.
A rubber duck? I'm surprised you're so happy about a toy. So, you stayed. I appreciate that. Yeah, well, glad you decided to rejoin the party. I don't know what the scientist told you, but we're in the fucking weeds here. We'll never get out of this damn storm.
It's not a toy, it's a legitimate scientific tool.
Good to see you in the base, buddy. Likewise, man. We thought we lost you there. Tell me you know how to get us out of this mess. You better have a plan. Looks like the mess is bigger than I thought.
Yes, we've waited long enough for you to come to, but we need decisions fast. What's the plan?
Actually, I was hoping you'd suggest something. Those messages from Earth didn't help. I have no idea what to do.
I never thought I'd say it, but I miss the technician. He knew that navigation system inside out.
He kept challenging me. I failed him, and you're paying the price.
Now's not the time for regrets, Jan. We need to set a direction for the base, and it needs to be right. We can't afford another day of drifting aimlessly in this storm. This is not a joke, Jan. Everything depends on you. The mission, Rapidium, our lives. You decided to trust Maxwell's scientific methods, and I respect that. But it came with a price. It was too much for some of us. I'd hate to know we paid that price for nothing. What if I was wrong? And trusting Maxwell was a big mistake. Lena said something about him experimenting on people, and he insists on me bringing you back so much. Why? I'm sorry. I wish I could have done better. As your captain. No need to blame yourself. Apparently there was no way for you to ever become one. What do you mean? Just take a look at the branchings available in the QC. You can find all sorts of walks of life that you could have taken, but a captain? No, it was never possible. None of us were cut out for that role. You're right. It's kind of liberating, knowing that there was simply no way to be good at this. This actually got me thinking about something. What? That code we got from Maxwell to upgrade the QC. His old experiment. He and Lucas used the mind records in a completely different way to manipulate the consciousness of an existing person. You're not really thinking we should try and repeat that? Oh, I agree it could be dangerous, but well, you said it yourself. There might not be another way. Fine. I'll do it. What's the plan? It's hard to call it a plan. Just go into the womb, I'll plug you in, load Maxwell's code, and improvise. Testing on production? Doesn't sound like your standards. Oh, I had to say goodbye to my standards the moment I woke up in this base. All right, I'm activating the procedure. Any last words? Yeah, is it okay to have second thoughts about... Oh, right. My car. Is it over? Hello? Anybody here? Base has stopped. I should check outside. Ah, shit. We're still in the storm. What the hell?
Someone's there. Wait. Am I losing my mind? Damn it. What was that? Hey, is that a baby? What's going on here? I recognize this.
You're no good. Hear that? No good. No good. Fuck you now.
Mom. No matter what I do, you're gone.
Maybe you should have run faster.
What the hell? What is all this? What's going on?
Relax. I can explain everything.
Are you?
Yes, I am you.
Is this a dream?
No, Jan. You just woke up, remember?
This is not real. It's not really happening, right?
Why would you think it's not happening? Your mind is here. Isn't that real enough? The better question is, why are you here?
I just wanted to find a way out. I thought that maybe if I changed...
Changed? You can't just start being someone else all of a sudden. Didn't Pops teach you that?
I'm not my father.
Maybe not. But aren't you doing what he did all his life? Waiting for a miracle to happen and change everything.
That's not true. I wasn't waiting for anything. I took matters into my own hands.
Do you really believe that? That you're the architect of your own fate? What if deciding, making choices was never anything more than just an illusion? It's crossed your mind, hasn't it? Does it really matter what I do, where I go, what I say? Am I the captain of my ship? Or does it take its own course regardless of what I do? My choices are real. My alters are proof of that.
Hey, wait, how?
How do you know what I'm going to say? Cut it out.
Cut it out.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. But you haven't been listening carefully. I told you, I'm you. It breaks my heart to see you so absorbed in that whole what-if business. Using your alters to revisit problems you couldn't solve. You've been very busy. But still, instead of moving forward, you end up here, stuck in your past.
How is that?
I know now that I could have been there for her. If I had taken a different path.
She's gone, Jan. She always was. There was never anything you could have done.
Where's he gone? Oh, this is crazy. Lana, is that you?
Was a mistake. Why didn't you fight for us? We weren't meant for each other. I tried.
What is going on with me?
It was over. It's over.
Lana! Don't go. Wait.
I guess you two just weren't meant to be together.
You again? Come here to make fun of my failures.
Not my fault you're caught up in their loop. In that big round base of yours.
I'm moving forward.
Yes. To stop short on the wrong side of a precipice. Can't you see that you never were good enough for her? Her parents were mad at her when she dumped that law student for you. The unemployed miner's son with no prospects. And you wanted to impress them with what? A house with a garden, a steady job in a corporation? Is that why you were so afraid of losing that house and going abroad with her? Because you knew her parents wouldn't respect you? Just look at your alters. Don't you think any one of them would impress her more than the average boring Yandolski?
She fell in love with the person I was, not with who I could have been.
Love. Such a big word. Was it real love, though? Can you even tell what's real? How many times did you wonder that maybe you're not the original Jan? That there had to be someone else, a version of you who actually deserved to live, to be loved. Because he always knew what to do, because he never made mistakes. Maybe that way he was worthy of his father's love.
That's cruel. Why are you doing this?
Me? Jan. Didn't I already tell you that I'm you? Nothing more, nothing less. I'm just saying what you're thinking.
Please, don't go! What the fuck? No! Where are you going? Hey, you.
Such a suffocating! I need air! Help! God, help me! I'm suffocating! I need air! Help! I'm suffocating! John, I need air!
This is your captain! Please! Don't let me die!
I'm sorry, Captain. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
They were dead before you got to them.
They needed my help.
Believe me, there's nothing you could have done for them.
All this time, and I still don't understand what happened.
I'm sure you have some smart theories up your sleeve. Go ahead. Hit me.
Maybe Maxwell did it. He's got more control over these missions than anybody.
And why would he kill everybody but you?
Maybe he knew there was rupidium here. And he wanted someone to get stranded with it. To have no choice but to make their alters. And I was the best choice because he thought it would be easiest to manipulate a simple builder.
Really? You believe that? You see, I think that deep down, you know what happened. The answers were always there, in front of you. But instead of piecing them together, you preferred to look away.
What answers? What are you talking about?
You know there was an oxygen leak during the landing. You got that information. And you also know what the quantum computer is, how it operates, what its main purpose is.
To optimize decisions.
That's right. Its role is to ensure the success of the mission no matter what. And it looks like in the face of an emergency, it had to do just that. There was only enough oxygen for one person to survive. And the QC had to calculate the probability, as it always does, who should receive that life-saving breath. No judgment, no reading tea leaves, just pure data analysis to give the answer to one simple question. Who had the biggest chances of completing the mission?
And it was.
Yes. The math pointed to you.
How do you know all this?
Because you know it. You always did. But you were so focused on your mistakes.
I was busy making tough decisions and figuring out how to avoid bad choices.
What is a bad choice, really? You feel you could have made a lot of different decisions in your life, but without those choices, good or bad, you wouldn't be who you are. The person with the best chance to pull it off. Maybe it's not you who needs to change, but your perspective. Mistakes can have good consequences too, you know.
And they're not mistakes anymore, are they?
My point exactly.
Still, I lost a part of my team.
Conflicts can open new, unexpected paths.
What do you mean?
Find and follow your disobedient side. You've spent a lot of time on this planet escaping the sun, facing the darkness. Maybe it's time you started looking through the darkness and notice the light.
Light? What light? Hey.
Thought he would at least look different. Looks like I'm back.
It does. And you're cognizant. You've been shaking on that bed for an hour. I was honestly worried about the choice of settings I applied in that program.
No. I think you did everything right.
So, did it work? You look the same. Did anything change?
Yeah, to be honest. Everything's different. Just not the way I expected.
So, what happened?
I met myself. Another one? No, not like you. He was me, but he knew things. Things I probably always knew, but didn't see somehow.
It's called the subconscious, Jan.
Yeah, I guess it is. So, my subconscious told me that instead of trying to fix my old life, I should try and take something good from what I messed up. It was very comforting.
I'm sure it was. Did your subconscious by any chance mention how we could get out of here?
Yeah. We should look for the rebels.
The rebels. Do you really believe they're still alive?
If there's anybody who can make it through this storm, it's the technician.
Well, that vehicle is definitely more maneuverable than our base.
He said something about noticing the light. That make any sense to you?
The light? Seriously? We risk everything to alter your mind, and all you come back with is a cliched epiphany about following the light?
Doesn't the tur emit any light?
Probably. But in case you haven't noticed, there's a sandstorm raging outside. We'd never be able to see anything, even if we had the most high-end... Wait a minute.
What? Tell me.
Low-frequency electromagnetic waves detection.
Oh, now you're confusing me.
That could be it. Yeah, the navigation system. It can be switched into an auxiliary mode, tracing any interferences in electromagnetic wavelength. And that means if there was a source of artificial light somewhere nearby, the sensors could be able to locate it.
And follow it.
Right. If the technician really did find a way through the storm, and the tur vehicle is not too far away, it could be worth a try. Your subconscious might actually be a genius.
Oh, you never doubted that, did you?
out of the storm. I don't want to be disproportionately enthusiastic, but it seems like our idea worked.
Our idea?
Yes, we brainstormed, didn't we?
Sure. Shouldn't it be here? The exploration vehicle?
We're close to the rendezvous point. It can't be far.
Jan, we should talk. Let's touch base. We've almost made it. How are you doing? I'm trying not to think about it. Focus on the job. I almost envy those bastards that ran away. At least they know the shit that's gonna hit them. Or maybe I just wish we were all together in this, you know? I should look for the rebels. Who knows where they went?
I was wondering, aren't we getting any signal from the tour vehicle? We are, but it's ambiguous and very faint. It seems to be close by, but I'm unable to establish its exact location. So, you'll need to find it on your own.
Fine. I'll take a look around.
Good. We don't really know why we were lured here.
Lured? You don't mean...
Look, it's the technician we're talking about. An unstable, frustrated, resentful version of us. Whatever survival strategy he's boiled up, we'd better have a heads up. The only way to guarantee that is to locate that vehicle. Maybe they left some analog tracks? Just be careful.
The rescue team is just around the corner. Hope you're happy we did it your way. Yeah, but it breaks my heart that we lost a part of the team. Part of ourselves. Maybe there's still a way to get them back. You wanted to talk about something? Yeah, I thought we should talk about what happened. Go ahead. I feel bad about losing a part of our group, irreversibly. And it burdens me that I am, at least partly, responsible for that. No, the responsibility is mine. All of it. Kind of you to take the weight off my shoulders, but it's not that simple. I encouraged you to follow Maxwell. Don't get me wrong, I'll never regret steering clear of the corporation, and I still believe they are the root of all evil. If we do get to beat them, I don't know if I'll be able to celebrate properly, because it would come at the cost of something invaluable. Fraternity. And if this is the price we have to pay, I'm not sure I know what being a leader is about anymore. A real leader keeps his people together, even if it means risking failure. At least they'll fail together. Well, I wish things were simpler. Like in our Boy Scout days. Maybe having fun and looking for adventures with a bunch of fierce ocelots really was the whole point of it. And never mind. I just needed to open up to someone. Thanks for hearing me out. Hello?
Jan? What a relief. We thought we'd lost you.
Yeah, so did I. The base got caught in a huge sandstorm. And I lost part of my crew.
What? Your alters? How could you let that happen?
Simple. I let you sweet-talk me into all that biological vessel business. Unfortunately, they had a problem with it. So, they decided to go their own way.
You mean they ran away? And they're exposed to radiation?
They took the exploration vehicle. And some supplies.
Tell me not all of them left?
No. Why?
The ship is close, Jan. You have to be ready for the arrival of the rescue team.
Ready? How?
They can't find out about your alters.
What? But didn't you say that you would handle everything? And that nobody will care as long as I bring back Rapidium?
They might not care how you got the Rapidium, but confronted with your alters, they will have to react. The board will not tolerate anything that could cast even the slightest shadow on the legitimacy of this operation. And the rescue team is on their leash. Do I have to spell it out to you? They will have your alters killed.
What? Killed? What kind of a rescue team are they?
They're a special ops unit. Military men.
You could have told me earlier.
Please, Jan. You always knew their primary mission was to escort the most precious cargo mankind has ever seen. Did you really expect them to arrive unarmed?
So you lied to me. That you'd prepare them.
I told you I'd test the waters, and that's what I did. But there is a lot of pressure on your success, Jan. A lot of anxiety amongst the top management. They can sense the vultures hovering around them, waiting for any sign of a slip-up. And they won't let them smell blood. They won't expose themselves.
So what exactly is your plan?
The rescue team will arrive shortly before sunrise. You have time until then to come up with a way to smuggle your alters on board. In the meantime, you need to keep collecting Rapidium.
Yeah, sure. Once we take off, what happens then?
You will all go into cryosleep, and as the ship approaches Earth, Lucas will take remote control over it and modify the coordinates. The ship will land in a secluded location I've been preparing.
And what about the crew?
They'll be in cryosleep during the landing. And by the time they wake up, we will be far away. I have a lab ready, and a guarantee of immunity from people who understand. I'm moving operations to a more science-friendly region, somewhere Ally Corp won't get to us. And, most importantly, where nobody will ever find your alters. sugarcoat it. We've come too far together for that. If you wanted to hate me, I probably gave you enough reasons by now. Truth is, when I first heard about you, your situation, well, I'd be lying if I said it all came together immediately. On the contrary, I didn't hope for much. An accidental castaway with no qualifications, all alone, burdened with such a responsible task. But when Lucas told me you did it, you created your altar and managed to convince him to cooperate with you, I couldn't help but fantasize about where this could go. Can't you see? I've been waiting for something like this ever since they shut down Project Ela.
Yeah, about that. I heard some disturbing things about your experiments. Is it true your patients... well, that they lost their minds?
Of course. That was the whole point. They were losing their old dysfunctional identity to gain a new, sound one. Whoever told you this must have heard some scraps of information and didn't have a full understanding of what we were doing. Yes, they were unorthodox things, but it was always about making people better. Project Ela was my whole life, Jan. Why would I devote myself to something harmful?
You never stopped dreaming about reviving it.
You wouldn't be so surprised if you knew what we could achieve.
Lucas told me you wanted to help war veterans, patients with PTSD.
Yes, that was the initial scope. But we could have done so much more. But take, for example, the possibilities of re-socializing criminals by altering the experiences that led to their corruption. But why not go even further? Why should we limit ourselves to thinking only about altering the past? Why not be able to influence the future?
What? How?
The Tree of Life. You've seen yours, but it's just a projection, a rudimentary interface. Think about it. What if it was no interface, but an integrated part of the human mind, allowing us to live our lives exactly the way we should?
The way we should? What? You mean, make the right decisions?
Exactly. The human cognitive system enhanced in a way evolution failed to do in millions of years.
I tried to do something like that. Using your upgrade, I tried to alter myself into someone who always makes the right decisions.
And? What happened?
I realized it's more complicated than that. That what I thought were bad choices can objectively be good ones.
Exactly. This is where the real breakthrough should happen. We have to be able to define a choice as good or bad by an objective, quantum-calculated analysis of its outcome in an instant.
Wow. That sounds completely unrealistic.
I prefer the term difficult, but Rapidium can help make it so much easier. Imagine a world where nobody ever takes the wrong turn. Children are never harmed. There are no court misrulings because there is no crime. Greedy and corrupt individuals never come to power, and because of that, wars never break out. Can you see now why your success meant so much to me? Do you not understand that giving Rapidium away for any other purpose would mean robbing humanity of its biggest evolutionary leap since we crawled out of the primordial soup? Do you still think there is a better purpose for your altars than to contribute to all that?
I'm not their owner. They're people in their own rights. I can't decide their fate for them.
That's very noble. But in a way, you've already done that when you created them. Look, all I'm asking is several weeks in a lab where I can run some tests on them, collect data, and prepare for the bigger leap.
And then what? I let them walk free?
You know I can't do that. It would be too risky for both of us and for them. But I could guarantee them a comfortable life. They would be hidden from the eyes of the world.
Imprisoned.
The only alternative for them is to be disposed of by the corporation. Like waste. I think you need to take a breath. There's a lot to think about. How to smuggle your alters aboard that ship, for one. But first, you have to guide their navigator to your exact position. They'll need you to mark the spot with a beacon. Start with that, and then I trust you'll figure out what to do next.
Yeah. Sure. By the way, I wasn't an accidental survivor.
What do you mean?
The quantum computer chose me. Seems I was the one who had the biggest chance of making it.
Well, doesn't that just prove my point? We are capable of so much more than we think, Jan. All we need to do is open the door and let that potential in. You'll hear from me again before the ship lands. Good luck, Jan.
finished my tasks. Want me to take care of this now? Okay, I'm done. I can do this now. Those rocks, they're shaped like trees. What are they really? this in the meantime.
Missing that.
I'm done. I can do this now.
Well, they have the TERS, some basic supplies. Maybe they thought this through.
Sure they did. They had to plan this ahead. Robbing us, beating up Jan. I thought we were friends. Seriously, what was he thinking, leaving the base like that?
I thought you'd like to know that I ran into a completely new kind of anomaly. First thing that came to my mind was that it's some sort of a prism distortion. Really? What gave you that thought?
Well, it behaved as if the reality around me suddenly split up into many different fragments.
Wise of you to bring it to me. Any observations on interaction?
Well, it didn't seem to do anything specific to me physically. No radiation. But it sure was messing with my brain. Felt as if I was in several different places at once.
In a way, you might have been.
Huh. You mean?
Remember how I told you that anomalies are places where our world intersects with the interworld? Well, what you're describing suggests a distortion in which it comes into contact with not one, but many proximity planes. Entering it is likely to evoke a sensation of being in several parallel realities at the same time. Calling it a prism is accurate, because it refracts your consciousness into many simultaneous states.
Neat. Who needs altering, huh?
Take it easy. It's just a sensation. You'd best not spend too much time inside them. Plus, I suppose it must make exploration very inconvenient.
Can I destroy them like the others?
It should be possible. You just need to locate all of its cores and take them down one by one.
All right. Thanks for the tip. this now.
I need more resources to continue. Should I do this in the meantime?
That light. I need to get there.
I finished my tasks. Want me to take care of this now?
vehicle. At least I know which way they went. Detectors and cargo left. Maneuvering here must have been a nightmare.
I'm done here. Should I do this now?
Jeez, I packed a lot of stuff.
Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. Oh, interesting. A motivational hoodie. Motivational? More like demotivational. I only kept it because it's really comfy. Of course you did. It doesn't remind you of all that determination and ambition that fueled my academic success. Anyway, thanks. I appreciate it. You should definitely take some time to practice.
Seriously, what was he thinking, leaving the base like that?
Signal scanner.
You think they're gonna make it? Out there? They don't stand a chance. We'll be feeling guilty for their death.
missing that.
I'm kinda out of resources. Want me to work there now?
I'm done here. Should I do this now? Those rocks look like they collapsed recently. There's definitely something on the other side, but I can't drill through here. Okay, this looks promising.
Okay, I'm done. I can do this now.
Is that a shelter? There you are. You okay? Huh? Seriously? That what you want to talk about? I thought I'd never see you again. You got some guts to follow us all the way down here. Don't you get it? The party's over. I got the impression you wanted me to find you. Oh yeah? And what gave you that impression? The light? Why else would you bother with it? It's not for the rescue ship, is it? I wouldn't have made it through the sandstorm without it. Yeah, well, I was pissed at you, but leaving you out there to your death, I'm not that guy. You're going to die if you stay out here any longer. Anything's better than serving as lab-grown meat for Maxwell's experiments. You're right. It was a mistake to trust him. I learned some disturbing things about his project. To be honest, the man is starting to scare me too. Oh yeah? Tell that to Tabula Rasa. Your mistakes actually have consequences for others. Admitting to them won't take that back. So, you really want to stay out here? How do you intend to survive the sun? In the tour vehicle? Are you kidding me? That thing is good protection against radiation, but it won't withstand the sunrise. Only a proper shelter will. And this place provides the perfect terrain for one. So that's what you're building. Yeah. And it's no picnic, so why don't you get back to your base and just let me get on with it? Is there anything I can do? Yeah, let it go. Do you have enough food? That's none of your business. You don't have enough food. There's not enough of anything, okay? Are you happy? But I don't want your fucking help. Just go, okay? You're making things worse. Nice. I don't know that movie. I'm done here. Should I do this now?
I found the tour vehicle. You did? Are they okay?
I'm not sure. I only talked to the technician, and you know him. Won't ever ask for help.
Well, could we help them?
Maybe. We could share some of our supplies with them.
Of course, right. We should do that. Even if it means more effort for me. Believe it or not, I'm ready to grind. I don't know about you, but, I feel terrible about what happened. We should do our best to fix it. I found our rebellious party. They're alive. Looks like they have no bad intentions, just want to be left alone.
What for? To die in that exploration vehicle?
They're building a shelter.
Oh, please. Spare me the details. They should be putting those skills to use here, helping us, not making a sophisticated grave for themselves. Quitters.
I found the tour vehicle. You found the others? They alive?
Yeah. I talked to the technician, but he wasn't very happy to see me. I get the impression they're struggling out there. I was wondering if maybe we should share some of our supplies with them.
Out of pity? Huh. You think they'd want that?
You tell me.
Well, I think if I was out there, I'd probably want to live, yeah. But what about us in here? What if we don't make it? Maybe we should focus on that. You wanted to talk about something? Yeah. Thanks for checking up on me. I know you're dealing with a lot.
Yeah, so, why don't you cut to the chase already?
Sure, yeah, it's not that easy to say. I'm not used to doing so much thinking as I've been doing lately.
You really needed to sort some things out for yourself.
You helped me a heap with that. All I wanted to do was punish myself with all that extra work. I've wasted so much time. Not doing a single damn thing for myself. And now, who knows what's gonna happen to me? What if this is it? This is all the time I had.
I see. You're afraid you're gonna die.
Yeah. No use pretending. I'm scared as shit. But I can take it. I don't need you to cry over me.
So, what's your request?
Well, remember our art teacher at school and how he taught us to carve in wood?
I guess I might.
Not really. Well, I do. We were really good at doing it. The best in class. But what matters more, we loved doing it. I loved doing it, just for myself. After I lost my hand, I started remembering it, obsessing over it even. Of all the things I wouldn't be able to do, that one stuck in my head like a fucking nail. It's normal. You were grieving. I was miserable as sin. And then when you gave me that new arm up here, you'd think going back to something that made me happy would be obvious, right? Wrong. I wasn't interested in enjoying myself. Well, now I want to change that. You want to do something just for yourself. I get that. In a way, yeah. But there's something else. It's way more important. Oh. A secret project? I really don't want to talk about it right now, okay? And where the hell are you gonna get wood? Well, you seen those tree-like structures in this region? They ain't made of wood, but they sure behave very much like it. I already did a test or two. They're harder, tougher, but so am I, right? You want to carve that? If you happen to run into some loose pieces of that rock, yeah, I could give it a try. Of course, I'm gonna need a set of chisels, too. Okay, I'll keep your request in mind and see what I can do. Thanks, man. But you're gonna have to tell me what that secret project's about. Yeah, we'll see. I'm done. I can do this now. I'm done here. Should I do this now?